Merry Christmas! Yeah, I got some stuff from Amazon yesterday, and it was Christmas presents from my cousin Amy, so shout out to her if she's watching. So I'm going to go ahead and open these up. I got three action figures. I'm suspecting that she sent me a fourth and it just hasn't arrived yet because Amazon broke up the delivery. But hopefully it'll show up before I leave for work, and then I'll be able to finish it. And if not, I'll just do it whenever it arrives. Or if she only got me these three, which is fine, I'll just have to get the fourth one later myself. But I've got the Marvel Legends Vintage Package Fantastic Four figures. I have three of them with me now, and like I said, probably a fourth one on the way. One way or another, I will get the fourth figure and do a video for you guys. But for now, this is the Allen Built Christmas special. So I'll be posting this. I'll be timing it so that this is going to start at midnight on Christmas Day. So there will be some YouTube videos for people to watch on Christmas for once by me. So anyway, we're going to start off with the leader of the team himself, Mr. Fantastic. And you can see him in the plastic bubble, which is shaped like the one on the vintage toy. This is pretty much just like the same as the vintage card with, a few obvious differences, but we'll get into that in a second. And they just kind of blew it up to be the size that a 6-inch figure could fit on. But since it is based on the Fantastic Four action figure line from the 90s, that means that it's based on the animated series from the 90s also, since that was what that action figure line was based off of. So you can see the artwork on there is based off of the character designs from the animated series. Here's a better look at the Mr. Fantastic picture. It's the same picture on the back. And it has a little bio of him, and since Hasbro's cheap like this, they decided to do bios in 3 languages instead of just, printing separate languages for separate countries, and then they could have got more information on there, but whatever. We'll go ahead and read this bio real quick. As Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards utilizes his scientific brilliance and pliable form to make a difference in the world. That's it. And then I guess it's the same little blurb translated into various languages here. We can see the other figures in this line. There's Mr. Fantastic, who I have in my hand right now. The Thing, Benjamin J. Grimm. Sue Storm Richards, the Invisible Woman. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. And the villains, Psycho Man and High Evolutionary. Now, you might be wondering why they don't have the number 1 bad guy of the Fantastic Four, Dr. Doom. Well, he already had a vintage card that was released separately. I guess that one must have sold really well, and that was why they decided to go back and do the entire Fantastic Four and a couple of more villains. But I'm looking forward to opening these up. So let's have a look at the package. You'll notice it has the old school 90s style Marvel Comics logo in the corner. That's right, Marvel Comics. Remember back when Marvel used to sell comics? I mean, they still make comics, but remember back when they used to sell them? So yeah, and then we have at the bottom, illustration of Mr. Fantastic, like I said, in the style of the animated series, and character's name. And even though this artwork looks like it's from, the first season with the lighter blue costumes, you'll notice that his costume is actually the darker blue, as in the second season, which was much improved. That was the season that Larry Houston, I believe, took over, and he turned that show around. So the first season was not that great, but the second season was pretty awesome. So best way to open this figure is going to be from the bottom, because they actually have the bubble sealed between 2 pieces of cardboard. You can see, so there's like a cardboard backing and then a cardboard fronting that holds the bubble in. Actually, I think I could probably, not reseal it, because It's glued. A little grape seed in my mouth. Sorry, but you could kind of put it back together like this and hang it on your wall that way. So I might wind up displaying them in such a way that might be kind of cool. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull the bubble out, and we can see that Mr. Fantastic has a couple of extra arms with long fingers, and that should represent his stretchy powers. So let's go ahead and take him out. We'll take out the arms first. And then Mr. Fantastic himself. Thankfully, there are no rubber bands or ties or anything holding him into the package, so it was pretty easy to take him out. And that's a nice head sculpt on there. I don't know if this is a new head sculpt or not, but it's not the bearded one that came with the black and blue uniforms. So, but I don't know if this is one, like maybe it was the one that was in the Walgreens exclusive. I don't know, because I don't have that figure. It came out a long time ago. But you can see he's got a lab coat. And let's go ahead and take the lab coat off of him, because I want to have a look at the base figure. The lab coat is a really nice addition. It gives him a little more character. But I will probably display him without the lab coat, because, I kind of like to have a more classic style Reed Richards in his superhero uniform. So then we can attach on the other arms, the superhero arms, the ones that match with his costume. And, it's a long commercial break. I was trying to play some Christmas music, so it'd be a little more festive, since this is a Christmas special. But then, I had it play on YouTube, and then, a really long commercial came on. I just kept waiting for it to go away, but it wouldn't. That's got to be really annoying for people having a Christmas party to have, some commercial just interrupt their song. So he looks like he has the pretty standard Marvel Legends articulation, where got a joint here that can go up and down all the way around. You got a joint at the bicep that goes all the way around. You got double joints here at the elbow, and then wrist articulation that can go both up and down and all the way around. And I suppose, it should be pretty easy to remove the hands. So if you want to have just his regular hands with the superhero outfit, you can do that. Or if you want to have the stretchy fingers with the lab coat, you can also do that. So that gives you a lot of display options for Mr. Fantastic. I noticed that his torso is not sculpted with quite as much muscular detail as you usually have with a superhero figure. You can see he doesn't have the rock hard abs that are just looks like the suit is painted on. It looks a little more like it's actual fabric stretched over muscle, which kind of makes sense because that's how Jack Kirby drew it. He drew the shirt to be kind of loose for a superhero shirt. So I feel like that's appropriate. So I'll give you a second to admire that. And you can see that the 4 symbol on his chest is just kind of it's pretty plain. It's just a white circle with a black 4 on it. Despite this being in a package inspired by the 90s cartoon, I kind of feel like this is more like the first Mr. Fantastic figure that Toy Biz made. It certainly more matches that one in color. And the symbol reminds me a lot of that one. So let's go ahead and switch out the other hands too. So, and those hands come out very easily. Not so easily that they'd fall out. They fit in there snugly, but it's pretty easy to just pull it right out. You don't need to heat it or anything like that. So there you have a pretty basic Mr. Fantastic in his superhero outfit. I don't want to force these legs because I don't want to break it, but it looks like that's about as far out as they go that way. And back in, and then there's a thigh cut here, so that gives you a little bit of posability there. And it does not look like there is a mid-calf cut, and my feet are really stiff. It looks like I worked it out. But you notice I didn't force it, I just kind of gently pushed it until the joint worked. you do not want to force these joints because you might make them snap. So if you ever have a joint that does feel like it's frozen up, make sure you hit it with a hairdryer or dip it in some hot water. You might even need to boil the water. Sometimes just warm tap water is enough, though. But I like the sculpt of this figure. He's very lean. You know, this would be a good sculpt for Spider-Man also, I think. You know, because, like, with Spider-Man, you'd wind up painting the webs onto his body anyway, so, you know, it would give you more of a flat surface. The webs would be a little more noticeable, I think. But it's a very lean, very fit, very lean sort of superhero physique. It's not, like, bulky like Captain America. I think this is pretty much perfect for Reed Richards. So yeah, that's the first figure that I have in this set, and I've got two more that I'm going to show you, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully the fourth one will show up, because I'm figuring she probably got me all four, so hopefully it'll show up by the end of tonight, or before I have to leave for work, and I can go ahead and do that one also. But if not, I'll if it doesn't show up, I'll have it up a later day, and if it turns out she only got me these three, which is fine, not complaining, I'm happy to have these three. So again, thank you, Amy. I really appreciate this, if you're watching. And I guess that's pretty much it for Mr. Fantastic. The lab coat's really cool. I'm probably going to get a second one of these at some point, so I can use this to make a custom of Dr. Venom from G.I. Joe, because I think that would be really cool. I like Dr. Venom. I'll have to get another figure of Grand Moff Tarkin from Star Wars so that I can use his head to make Dr. Venom, since Mike Vossenberg said that he based Dr. Venom, his appearance, off of Peter Cushing, who's my favorite actor. But yeah, that's Mr. Fantastic. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. And the next figure will be the Invisible Woman, so watch that episode. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We'll see you next time. Bye.